In Daniel chapter 3, we find three men caught in a dilemma: trust in God or trust in themselves. The king of their land builds an enormous statue, 90 feet tall and 9 feet wide, and he issues a decree that everyone must bow down and worship it or suffer being burned alive. And it's discovered that these three men have refused on the basis of their faith in the one true God. So the king gives them one more chance, saying, "I will give you one more chance to bow down and worship the statue I have made. But if you refuse, you will be thrown immediately into the blazing furnace. And then what God will be able to rescue you from my power?" Imagine yourself for a moment being faced with a choice to either trust in God's ultimate good or to give in to the pressures of the enormous power around you at every side. Is there something in your life that feels so strong that it causes you to doubt God's power to rescue you from it? What in your life feels like it holds the most power right now? What is your statue, that massive thing you feel continually pressured to yield to? After considering it, the three men replied to the king's proposal. "O king, we do not need to defend ourselves before you. For if we're thrown into the blazing furnace, the God whom we serve is able to save us. He will rescue us from your power. But even if he doesn't, we want to make it clear to you that we will never serve your gods or worship the gold statue you have set up. Even if he doesn't." There is a deep, deep trust in God's goodness implicit in that statement. In this season of my life, do I trust in God's goodness? Do I really believe that even if things don't work out the way that I think they should or hope they will, that God's good and sovereign plan is best? Sometimes, things get worse before they get better, but God is always with us in the middle of the fire. So off to the furnace they go, and the king's outrage at the three men is matched only by the heat of the furnace, which he commands to be heated 7 times hotter than usual. They are bound and tied up and thrown into the furnace. How far am I willing to trust God when everything is on the line? When the fire feels like too much to take? The king expects to hear cries of anguish, but instead he sees the impossible. Looking into the inferno, he sees not 3 men, but 4. "Didn't we tie up 3 men and throw them into the furnace?" he said. "But I see 4 men unbound, walking around in the fire unharmed, and the 4th looks like a god." In the midst of this raging fire, when it looks like everything is lost, God makes himself known. Where do I sense the presence of God with me in my fire tonight? Ask God to meet you in your desperation, to help you feel unbound and free as you sense his presence in the midst of the fire.